At this time, I have the honor of presenting the Donna Newberry Perseverance Award. This award, named for the longtime Muskingum College and 2008 Hall of Fame coach Donna Newberry, who passed in November of 2010, recognizes an NFCA member coach who has demonstrated extraordinary strength of will and character in the fight to overcome physical, mental, or social adversity that presented an additional challenge to the already demanding job of a coach. This year's recipient, Louisiana Lafayette head coach Michael Lotief. In the past 2 seasons especially, but really for decades, Michael has endured his fair share of medical adversities. He hasn't let one of them stop him. One can argue that there are not many coaches, when faced with a similar situation, who would stand out in the coach's box and fight as hard as he has. But then again, the words fight and battle are commonplace in Lotief's vocabulary. They are the key components of his character and the reasons why he survived his life's health trials. His fight was instilled during his battle with throat cancer in the early 1990s, and it was renewed and made stronger during a recent bout with severe throat infections in the spring of 2015. Prior to the Raging Cajuns' trip to Texas State, Michael contracted pneumonia in his lungs and had to watch the series from a hospital after undergoing surgery. He didn't travel with the team out of state the remainder of the regular season, but did not miss any practices once released from the hospital. Perhaps the most visible sign of his fight to overcome and persevere came in the 2015 NCAA postseason. At this point in his recovery, he was wearing a backpack with an instrument which provided his nutrition and had to be working 24 hours a day. What did he do? He strapped on the backpack and proudly fought with his team out on the field. Michael's recovery continued over the summer months with several hospital visits and medical procedures. In August, a trachea tube was placed into his throat to open his airway and improve his breathing. Those around him could see his strength increase day by day, week by week, and ultimately month by month. He didn't miss a beat during the spring 2016 season, returning to the coach's box full-time, traveling on all the road trips, and fulfilling speaking engagements one after the other, despite having the trachea. Michael's sports information director, Matt Hebert, said it best. He'll be quick to deflect the praise upon others as he views all associated with the game of softball as having played a key role in his recovery. He is a hero to myself and many others, and a living testament that the attitude you bring to your fight is the most paramount survival skill in working your way through whatever hardship life or softball throws your way. Please welcome to the podium 2016 Donna Newberry Perseverance Award recipient, Michael Lotief.
Let's get this thing in here. Check, Mike. Can y'all hear me? Good to go. It's amazing because I really don't think there's anything wrong with me. I know everybody around me, they talked about the mental component. I know everybody around me that's been around me thinks there's something wrong with me, but seriously, my own mindset, I really don't think that I should be up here. I've been blessed. God has been so good to me. Have a wonderful wife, awesome kids. I've had great parents, great education, great friends. Never gone hungry. Never been without. Been a successful attorney. Now I have a dream job. I get to wake up every day and coach softball at a great university, at a great community with great players. To give you some perspective, if you walk through the hospital and you see little kids just devastated, dying, cancer, no shot. You see their parents, you see the anguish in their eyes and their heart. You know, it's hard. It's hard for me to be up here and to think that I got it bad because there's so many other people that are struggling, and they struggle alone and without a support structure. So, this circle that we have, this family that we have, this sisterhood that we have is amazing. Our softball family has had a history of true sensitivity to the suffering and the vulnerabilities of others, and really authentic compassion for the broken, the discriminated against, and the less fortunate. Other sports talk about eliminating the weak. You hear that all the time when you're around other sports. They want to eliminate the weak or separate others out. But in our sport, that's not who we are. That's never been who we are. We've been a sport that has been compassionate and loving and inclusive. Softball has been good to me. It's been good to my family. It's been the rock. It's been an inspiration to me. It gives me meaning every day. I want to thank everybody here for their love, their support, their prayers. I'm going to take a little longer than 2 minutes, if that's okay.
Do your thing.
All right. When I think of perseverance, I think the first image that comes to my mind is in Greek mythology of the guy rolling up the immense boulder up the hill. And he's got to roll it up the hill, and then he gets to the top, and then it rolls back down, and he's cursed to do that for eternity. Sounds a lot like coaching. But surely perseverance has to do more with just longevity and stamina. Rhonda Revels opened up the convention, and she said, people have to lean into the pain. Then Ledbetter got up, and he talked about this insatiable curiosity for learning and taking your struggles and your failures and making it make you better. And then they showed the Jimmy V clip yesterday where he says you have a full day when you think, when you laugh, when you cry. And in my world, that means you have a full day when you go to work, when you love, when you suffer or struggle. That's what we do as coaches. Every day we work, we love, we struggle. This award, perseverance to me, and this award being named for Donna Newberry, who I never had the opportunity ever to meet. But she is a wonderful example of perseverance with purpose. Coached over 35 years, breast cancer, that it reoccurred. And all throughout, Coach Newberry found meaning. She found meaning in her journey, and she was a great example to all of us. Some of the values I think that she cherished are some of the same values that I cherish in my life. Moral courage, seeing a wrong and trying to right it. Empathy, seeing suffering and trying to heal it. Optimism, setting high goals and seeing them through. She was a national champion. hope, dreaming things that have never been, and asking why not. And a woman who leaned in, who fought for equality, who chose courage over being timid. Everybody has a story. Pat told you a little bit about mine. When the freshmen come on campus, I tell them I was diagnosed in '83. The tumor was in my nasal pharynx, actually. But they radiated me from the top of the head to the bottom of the throat. So I tell the freshmen, and I went through about 6 months of radiation, but I tell the freshmen when they come in that the radiation affected my voice, it affected my throat and my vocal cords, so sometimes it's going to be hard for y'all to understand me. Now that LSU just hired Coach Ogeron, so I think the raspy Cajun voice is in. I think it's going to be cool now. I think people are going to think this is a sexy voice now. But one of the seniors turned to one of the freshmen, and when I'm talking about how it messed up my throat and my voice, she looks at the freshman and she says, "That ain't all it messed up." So, cancer, if you've ever heard me talk about cancer is a bully. Cancer picks on kids, picks on the elderly. It cheats, doesn't follow the 20-hour practice rule, doesn't play by any rules. When we use the analogy of cancer to athletics and sports, it's not fair. When somebody dies and they say they lost the battle, it's not fair. How we fight, how we play the game, that's what defines us. It's not just the final score, it's not the outcome. It's how we live our life, and it's how we face our fears. One day I was talking to my team, and I said, when I die, I don't want to be buried in a coat and tie. I practiced law and I had to wear a coat and tie all those years. Now I got this stupid thing around my throat. They're going to be sitting in a coffin, with that tie around my neck. I said, do not let Coach Steph put me in a coat and tie. I want to be buried in my T-shirt. And I said, but, I don't like to be cold, so put a jacket in there with me, because I don't like to be cold. And again, there's all my former players sitting there. One of the smart asses says, "Coach, where you going? It ain't gonna be cold. You ain't gonna need no jacket." Nobody wants to suffer. Jesus in the Garden of Agony looked up to heaven and he asked his Father to spare him from the suffering. But we all are going to suffer, and we all face our fears. We have to be willing to be scared and to doubt. We have to understand that tough times are going to be there. And it's about helping us and making us grow and to get better. Softball is a great trial run of life. It's a constant battlefield where we learn and fight and struggle against our fears, our suffering, our struggles, and our vulnerabilities. As coaches is what we do every day with our players and our teams and our communities. Every day as coaches, we ask our players, can I help you find meaning and purpose in your struggles? Or how can I help you get through this? I'm going to end with this. I love this poem by Nelson Mandela. You want to read it? Can you read my handwriting?
I'll do my best.
All right.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And when we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Nelson Mandela.
So when we persevere, we liberate others. Thanks to Coach Newberry for facing her fears, fighting her fight, and persevering and liberating us. Thank you all for this great honor. Thanks for the love and support and prayers. Thanks for your contributions to our games. If we persevere, we never lose a battle. Our example and our perseverance will endure and lives forever. When we liberate our players, that lives on forever. That's our legacy. Hopefully when I finally meet Coach Newberry, it's not a cold, snowy day, it's a warm, sunny day, and I'm in my t-shirt, and there's a softball game going on. And hopefully she'll want to talk about hitting. It's the split grip. And we get to yell and scream at some umpires. God bless you, thank you very much.